Welcome all of you here once again from my side, and today we'll be highlighting what is going on in the examinations. Another mock test from my side. Let's start without any delay. All the best to those who are appearing in CGL 2025 pretty soon. Welcome everybody here. Let's go straight to the lab. Today, what's in store for us? We'll be discussing all such questions in a fresh new mock test. So watch till the end and there'll be an extra RC if time allows. Let's go. Welcome everybody from my side. Hello Kajal, Jema Kali, Radhe Radhe, good evening. Prerna, Priya, Vaishnavi, Esther, Nancy, Jai Janendra. I'm sorry. Rohit, Virat, Radhe Radhe. Hello. Renu and all of you here. Hello. It's audible, brother. Please mention Rohit. What's the issue in audio? Welcome, Isha, Tanya, everyone. Hello. Please mention if there is an issue. Checking. Hello. Hello. Let's be precise. Rohit, feed me back if there's the issue that is still going on. Welcome, Bhavna. Thank you. That's a common adjective, I think. Replete. Shweta, welcome. Don't be. Virat, good to start with. Thank you. Okay, remember that line? The population of India is greater than Pakistan is a faulty comparison because you are comparing not the nation with the nation, you are comparing the population of a nation with the nation. It should be compared with the population of that nation. That means we compare similar quantities using adjectives. So the population of India greater than that of Pakistan, I hope you remember. People of India, those of singular noun, that of plural noun, those of. The climate in the southern states of the country is milder than northern ones. Here we are comparing the climate with the states. Climate cannot be compared with states. The climate of those states can be compared with the climate of those states. So is milder than that of, yep, sure, that of milder than that of, I'm sorry. Okay, so fraction C, then that of those other states. And here, The committee's final report was replete. Replete is an adjective. I can show you live. It is always followed by with, but the meaning is actually full of. If something is replete with something, it is full of that thing. So this is actually a combination created by me, replete of, which is faulty. Either say full of, filled with is equal to replete with. So the fixed preposition, if you don't know, do remember. Yes, that will also be correct. Great, Bhavna. That will also be correct. Putting an apostrophe here will create the possessive case. Peace of mind. Yes, yes, yes. Will have the same tone. Yes, Shikha for the plural tone. Radhe Radhe, Chivalrous, good evening. Mm, exactly. To nail one's colors to the mast is from ships when they fight. For example, if a ship wins, the losing one has to, colors I hope you remember is flag, has to remove its colors, I'm sorry, that means flag, and the new flag of the winning one is supposed to be there. But if somebody refuses to nail one's colors to the mast is that, what should I say, pipe or whatever you say, that means he's staying firm in his opinion, staying firm, not willing to surrender in one's opinion. The captain nailed his colors to the mast to show his loyalty. It doesn't show loyalty, it shows staying firm, not willing to give up that way. Okay, the artist nailed his colorful building to the mast as an exhibit. It doesn't show any exhibition. Uh, the child nailed his colors to the mast. I think here we are talking about the colors in a literal sense, drawing the picture. Not at all, that's not the idiom. Despite facing opposition, the minister nailed his color to the mast by publicly defending the controversial policy. He stayed firm, he was not willing to give up despite facing opposition, and that's the correct meaning of the idiom. Okay, to plug a lone furrow or lonely furrow, I remember from practical experience, there was a match, not wasting your time, in which Sehwag, I hope you have heard the name, Virender Sehwag, he scored a double century and the overall score of the team was some 270 or such. He scored a double century. The overall score of the team was 267 or such. Next day, the Times of India had the headline Sehwag wages loan furrow. I remember that live, honestly. Sehwag wages loan furrow. That means he's the only one who worked hard, rest of those didn't. So waging loan furrow is to make your mark. Individual one. Individual. The farmer plugged a lone furrow. No, that's not the literal sense. That we should use the idiomatic one. Sailor plugged a lone furrow throughout the ocean through the voyage, but that doesn't define he was all alone and he made his mark, because you have to make lone. Writer plugged a lone furrow in his notebook detailing the journey. No, it's not about detailing, it's not about the voyage or anything such, but yes, after his partners left, he continued to plug a lone furrow, determined to finish it by himself. He was all alone when his partner left, and he did that all alone. and that's the meaning. Leading from the front, staying determined, alone, waging the lone furrow. A journey, journey, chivalrous. Remember, bon voyage, happy journey. Welcome, bubbly, never be. Shikha, Virat. Exactly. Radhe Radhe, Kajal. Good evening, welcome. No, Nancy, opposite. Okay, to steal someone's thunder. Somebody wrote correctly or correct in Hindi. To steal someone's thunder is to steal someone's credit. I always remember this in songs, movies. There was a movie, say, in which the lead actor has a presence of 2 hours and some other actor was present only for 10 minutes, and people are discussing the movie because of that 10-minute presence, not because of his 2 hour presence. He stole the thunder. He got the credit, or he got somebody else's credit. Absolutely. It was my song, and I made somebody featured in that song, but now people are talking about him, not mine. That was my song, but he made his presence. He stole my thunder. Steal somebody's credit. Superb. He predicted the storm. He predicted the storm would steal thunder from the. No, no, it's about real thunder, I think, not the idiomatic one. The studies told the lead actress thunder by forgetting her lines. It's not about forgetting her lines. It's opposite actually. Thief stole the thunder from the house. No, no, there is no electrical storm or thunder in the real sense here. But the junior researcher stole his supervisor's thunder by presenting their joint findings first. Sir, I created this. Actually, I didn't created this. I didn't create that. That was a joint finding, but I presented to steal the thunder. I took the credit of the joint work. Absolutely. Okay. Equivocal is so easy. It looks awkward actually. Equal, vocal words. When your words have equal meaning. Sir, tomorrow's class time 7. Sir, AM or PM? 7. Sir, AM or PM? 7. Because 7 AM is equal to 7 PM. I'm not saying that. So this is equivocal. A photocopy of ambiguous. No clear meaning. Both the sentences, words have equal meaning, creating ambiguity. Creating ambiguity. So this is actually ambiguous, but we are asked the antonym. So unambiguous, evasive, escaping, dubious, doubtful will be synonymous. Just one antonym. Rohit. Yeah, it's good to blame her. Keep on. Virat, most welcome, and I hope you can feel same from my side. It's so pleasing to see you. Never be sorry. Welcome. Rohit, exactly. Somewhat such. Shikha. Bhavna, have a look at the instructions. We are asked the antonym, not the synonym. No, Mohit. Thanas, it's available, and I will change the thumbnail and description today. Today. It's available with the name New Batch. Welcome. No problem, Bhavna. Yes. Okay. Parsimonious is actually, what should I say? Another word if I can use here. Using money. Frugal is actually the same. Miserly is actually the same. Prudent, using wise mind to spend money. So not spending lavishly. Prodigal, lavish. The rest of those are synonyms. Parsimonious. When you have little amount of money, that is supposed to be the parsimonious state. Okay. Yes, exactly. His vitriolic, that means severely harsh. Severely harsh words, criticism, because of the critic also. Okay, acerbic, harsh. Caustic, harsh. Mordant is also harsh. That was impressive. Laudatory, praising someone. So the opposite of harsh is going to praise someone. Great. Vituperative. Wow. Slow. Great. Great. Because that was new in my opinion. Yes, we remember this parsimonious, vitriolic, sagacious. We come across these words. That was new, but you handled it so wisely. Perfect. Exactly. Uh, Dilatory is causing delay. Delay. Prompt, instant, efficient, decisive, not causing any delay. Tardy, slow, that's why creating delay. Synonym. Okay. Twilight Saga, sagacious, wise. Okay. Foolish, opposite. Hasty, haste makes waste. Superficial, just tiny information about something. Astute, clever, wise. Cunning, shrewd, astute, judicious, wise. Superb. The committee had approved the budget before the meeting. The committee had approved, past perfect. The budget had been approved, not bad. Had approved, had been approved already, seems good to me. Was not possible, has not possible, had approved, but that's already active. We needed that passive or change in voice out there. Perfect. Okay, she said if the documents are ready tomorrow, we shall proceed with the filing immediately. She said that. Everyone here, this is correct. If you have remembered a rule, that and if do not come together, they don't come together in interrogative statements. He asked me that wrong. He asked me that if wrong. They can't come together in interrogative statements because we just need one conjunction there. This is an assertive sentence where we already have this if clause in the given statements. This if clause, the conditional clause, adding these two sentences, and now with this and that, we need an additional conjunction. This is correct. Don't assume if somebody is not properly aware of that. I'm sorry, because many times students say, but sir, that and if cannot come together. Exactly, in interrogative statements, that's assertive. She said that. She didn't ask. So she said that if the documents are becomes were, present indefinite, past indefinite, tomorrow becomes the next day, the following day, we shall, we take shall, and at the same time the rest of the subjects take will. So we becomes they, the subject has changed, so will the verb. In that case, shall becomes will because of they, and will becomes would. Correct with the filing immediately. Okay. Documents are cannot be there in past. Had been why, present indefinite becomes past indefinite, not past perfect. That was okay, but the conjunction is missing to add these sentences. Perfect. Divyanshi. Great. Perfect. Okay. Um, Whoever submitted the complaint has raised valid concerns. So I can see a verb here, has raised concerns. That clause should be the subject because it has a verb of its own. Adjective clause must be modifying a noun. We don't have a noun there. That is to be modified by whoever submitted the complaint. Noun clause is the subject. Perfect answer. Adverb clause, there is no verb before there. And if you consider any other part of speech, who will be the subject or what will be the subject of this has raised? We don't have that subject. So that is the subject. Relative clause, fine, but relative clause of this or that, fine. Noun clause, subject. She spoke with such authority. What happened then? She spoke with such authority that you define the impact result of that. Whether you use so that combination, it defines the impact. He's so rich. How much? That he can buy a Mercedes every month. She's so beautiful. How much? That she can easily win this competition. The impact, intensity, result of that. Not the adjective clause. We are not modifying authority. Not the noun clause. We already have a noun, authority. Adverb clause of result, exactly. She spoke with such authority, everyone accepted her explanation. That's the result of that speaking with authority. Adverb clause of manner, it's not modifying the manner she spoke, that's the result when she spoke with authority. Exactly. Superb. Superb. Unstoppable Bhavna today. Welcome back. Actually, I heard of it. This was asked in CGL 2025 Tier 1 some days ago. So I've added it. Yes, 15 is pretty close. Pretty close. Yep. That's CGL 2025 some days ago. Okay. Hedonist is actually opposite, the one who enjoys everything. The one who enjoys. Here, it's wrong to enjoy, so that's the opposite. Stoic is actually indifferent to pleasure or pain, not defining high moral standards or it's wrong to enjoy. Ascetic doesn't say it's wrong to enjoy, he abstains from all these things. He doesn't say it's wrong to enjoy, but he's indifferent actually. No, no problem. If there are some pleasures and such, I'll stay away from them. The one who has high moral standards and who thinks it's wrong to enjoy is Puritan. Great once again. Photo, light. Litho, stone. Graph is to write. So printing with those plates which eject the ink whenever the print is not there, the text is not there. But super way of finding the correct spelling. Photo, lithography. Done. Okay, so that was the answer. Let's see the spelling also here. Photo, lithography. Photo, but she is fantastic. Photo, none. Litho, okay. Then graphy. That's it. Using light to transfer pattern from a photo mask onto a light sensitive material which is created on silicon to print and such. Fine. Kunjan, welcome, Peter. Okay, so that was Puritan. It's wrong. Stoic doesn't say it's wrong. Ascetic doesn't say it's wrong. He himself uh, 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 stays away from all these things. Photo, okay. Litho, not lito. Photo is not from F. Photo, lithography is not this. It's either photography or biography. It's graphy. Thank you, Virat. Thank you so much. Welcome, Neha. Captured. Nancy. You got it this time. Bhavna. Yep. That is no error, and this is bring about because it means bring changes, as is the context here. Improvements. Bring up is actually I was born and brought up in Maharashtra, MP, Gujarat, and such. I was born and brought up, and you brought up a topic for discussion, which is not the case here. Okay, the committee's report concluded that the honest man is often the most vulnerable in a corrupt system. Okay, an honest man is also okay, no problem. A person who is honest, a man who is honest is often most vulnerable. I cannot see the definite article here before the superlative. So that is creating this ambiguity. A honest, no, that's grammatically wrong because honest is vowel sound, the beginning of the pronunciation. So it takes an honest, not a honest. Without an article, how can we put a common noun? That's already correct. The honest man, the person who is honest, is the most vulnerable in a corrupt system. So the most, that was missing here because of which first one is not appropriate. Otherwise, I agree, first one would have been the most appropriate. Um, the new policy is designed, yep, to bring about changes, improvements. Rohit, that was the psychology. I swear that was the psychology that usually what students do whenever they see honest, they pick N. That's correct. But we have to consider the rest of the words also. I swear you are 100% correct when it comes to picking the psychology. Mohit, stay here for the class, brother, not for anything else. You're welcome. Hmm. To present a topic for discussion. No problem. No problem. Virat. Hmm. Agree to what you say, but what about the position of Q now? That's the same, everyone here. We consider something that is correct, but that's not the only thing there, the phrase, the clause, the sentence. There are other sentences too. Check the flow now. I'm not saying that's wrong because it's all about priority. The school's bell had been silent for 3 months. Okay. S. Playground swings move gently in the wind, waiting for voices that might never return. Okay, no problem. However, this was about the school bell that was silent, and this was, I think, about not the bell voice. In a playground, bell won't be playing, students will be playing. So the voice, silence are different here. One thing. Bhavna, no, I would say must come first. Let's save time. Why? Because if you say generally, unanimously, that the village school's bell had been silent for 3 months. For 3 months, the village school bell hasn't been. Why? What has happened? You won't be marking the playground swings and such. First of all, the reason why the bell hasn't been, and that's the reason. The last teacher had left when enrollment dropped below the minimum required threshold. So when the enrollment dropped below the minimum required threshold, the last teacher had left. And since there is no teacher in the school, what will happen to the school? That's the reason the village's school bell had been silent for 3 months. If we don't mention this in the beginning, defining every other statement will be just fine, but it doesn't exist then. After showing everything, we won't be mentioning the reason why the school is silent for 3 months. That's the reason. Now it's all about you. You can put any statement first, any statement last. Is that okay, everyone? I repeat, if you don't mention the reason behind it, that's the reason behind it. Why the school bell is silent for 3 months? Because there is no teacher in the school. Now you can talk about the consequences. Parents are thinking whether to petition the education. Children now go to a different school 5 miles away. Playground is totally empty, no children out there. And by winter, the school will be either repurposed or razed, but the echo will linger in the memory. The only sentence which relates to the school is silent. Why? Because there is no teacher in the school. So that's why I created options, one starting with P, the other starting with Q, the other starting with R, one starting with S, but just one option with Q in the beginning. Rest of those we can arrange. Doubts welcome. Exactly. Thank you, brother. Exactly. But honestly, Virat, you know me, I know you, although don't know your identity. I started with one option. Rest of those were random thoughts. Honestly. That's it. Vaishnavi, agree to what you say. Similar case here. One starting with P, Q, R, S. Just pick the starting one. The rest of those will be okay. The bookshop had weather. I hope you remember weather is a verb also, probably the idiom. Weather the storm to survive a difficult time, position, resist. So the bookshop had weathered many changes over the decades. I repeat, the bookshop had weather survived many changes over the decades. The last says that again. The shop survived not by this but by that. Hello? Put your answers. Virat, I'm sorry this time, brother. Okay, you are free to mark your objections because I made this all. I would say R is the first one again because this is the only one which defines surviving those many changes particularly. Can you define some changes for the bookseller or the bookshop? The changes may be in the availability of the books. The changes may be as per the rate out there. The changes may be for the digital shops opening, and that is marked in. The shop survived many changes. What happened? When online retailers offered cheaper prices and faster delivery, sales initially plummeted. Those who understand Hindi, plummet. Dhadam se girna. For share market also, 2000 points plummeted. Oh, digital readers in the same tone replaced many physical books. But loyal customers still cherished the tactile experience. RP, done. Objections welcome. Now you can go ahead. He adapted by hosting reading groups and author events to build community because customers still wanted that experience. Young parents discovered that that experience created bonds. Done. Sure. Yes. Adapt yourself, ADAPT, to the changes, but that's passive. Okay, that's not mentioning anything. The owners adapted to the change. No, by the method, by the means. Remember, buy bus, buy car, defining that means or method. So that's the method. They adapted by this method, not to the changes. To defines the changes out there. Okay, these are the changes, problems that they survived. That's also a problem, but customers remained loyal. Some of them. For them, we can do something. Okay. can ask me to show the slide again if you need clarification or whenever you need clarification. It's not possible to mug up the whole RC. In case of ambiguity, uncertainty, check the RC for confirmation. Ask me, I'll show the slide. Don't answer wrong. Great. Okay. Superb. Superb. No question was direct. It was all, or they were all inference based. But yes, the way you eliminated, perfect. And that's what we require in SSC examinations. Okay. You went through the passage and realized that this line was impressive there. I personally felt it, which is also marked in one of the questions by me. Where is that? Thank you for this. Come on. Yes. Thank you for helping us grow more than vegetables. That means the author is talking about that emotional healing that everyone needs, especially those patients. Patients woke at odd hours, troubled by pain, worry, but found comfort in watching the shadowy figure who cared for growing things when the rest of the world slept. So it is all about the emotional they found peace from the families and such. Okay, let's eliminate. The night gardener's decision to work only after evening shifts suggests that he understood daytime temperatures were too harsh for plants, not mentioned in the passage. His presence during busy hours would disturb the operations not appropriately. The kitchen staff preferred fresh herbs collected in the morning. Yes, something such is there. They would get mint for tea, soups, rosemary for the Sunday roasts, and such. The kitchen staff collected each morning, but that's not the purpose he worked during night. But the patient needed, patients often work at odd hours, troubled by pain. They found comfort in watching that shadowy. So, night timing provides comfort during vulnerable hours when patients are awake. That's it. Okay, the administrator's response to the letters indicate that the garden's value was primarily economic. It's not about it being economic, because if it had been, it would have been shut down by him, the new administrator. But later he realized that families found peace, surgeon sent, and such. So that was not all about economy or monetary purposes, not about administrative purposes, not about environmental purposes, but it's all about the therapy of emotional healing, not any economic benefit. Therapy, working as a therapy, providing emotional healing beyond physical treatment. The unsigned note, thank you for helping us. That was the key. More than vegetables. So, more than vegetables define that emotional healing, not the physical, say, growth. Yes. The financial growth? No. The physical expansion? No. Professional growth? Emotional growth, as mentioned throughout the passage. The comparison between gardens and healing suggests that both processes require expensive equipment? No. Depend on natural cycles beyond human control. He was controlling that. Beyond human control, we can't say. Should be documented carefully for administrative purposes. There is no documentation going on in the passage. But yes, both require quiet, sustained attention for effectiveness. Must happen most effectively during periods of quiet, sustained attention. That's it. Central theme of the passage is hospitals need more garden spaces for emotional benefits, not environmental benefits. Night shifts are more productive than daytime work schedules. They are additionally beneficial, not more productive than daytime, because there is nothing said about the daytime work schedule. Either they are productive or not. Patient recovery depends on proper nutrition and fresh herbs. Fine, but there was this emotional growth also there. Small acts of care can create profound healing environments. Theme focuses on how small caring acts create healing environments. Okay, time is up. Finishing things now. Thank you so much for being here. All the best for your exams. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe. Would love to see some of these names here in CGL 2025. All the best from our side. Stay connected. See you pretty soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for your kind presence and the way you answered so precisely. Thank you, Bhavna, man of the maths today. Thank you, Nancy. Small acts of yours can make someone happy. Exactly the theme of the passage. You too, Nancy. Thank you. Radhe Radhe Gunjan. Bubbly, thank you so much, beta. Vaishnavi, thanks a lot. Thank you, Neha. Khushi, Radhe Radhe. Rohit.